Why, hello there, fourth grade. Good to see you. Today, we will review Chapter 8. Tomorrow, you will take an assessment in Chapter 8. It will be an open book assessment, so feel free to use the lesson videos, your textbook, or other online resources to help you. The main goal of the assessment during our remote learning is just for you to keep on learning. Okay? All right. Let's get started with our review. So, you will do the odds. I highlighted the odds in purple. Pause the video and please complete the odds on your whiteboard or on a separate sheet of paper. For homework, you will do the evens. Okay? All right. I'll see you in a few. Hey, welcome back. So let's take a look, okay, at number 3. So number 3, we have to write each sum as a decimal. And let me just increase my video screen size so you can just take a look, okay? And so I see that they want us to write these decimals as tenths. Okay, so I'm going to just write my decimals in my place value chart here, okay? Like so, okay? So here I have 2.3 and here I have 1.4. Now remember how when we read decimals, originally 2.3 is actually this 23 tenths, but we shouldn't write two of these, a two-digit number in a place value column, but that's what it is, okay? 1.4 is actually 14 tenths here, okay? And so let's just write it in there. And now what we need to do is we need to add the tenths, okay? So let's look at the top over here. So we're doing 14 tenths plus 23 tenths. Let's add the ones. 4 and 3 make 7. Let's add the tens. 1 and 2 make 3. So this is 37 tenths, okay? And now 37 tenths, okay? I'm going to put it in my place value chart, okay? So I wanted to use a red one. Okay, so 37 tenths looks like this. But remember, we can't write two digits in a place value column. So you can just keep the last digit there and move over the first digit here. Okay, so it's actually 37 tenths is equal to 3.7. Okay, all right. Let's look at number 5. So we're going to add the lowest place value, which is a tenth. So 8 tenths and 1 tenth is 9 tenths. Then we're going to drop the decimal point. And then let's add the ones. 7 ones and 5 ones makes 12 ones. And now let's add the tens. 1 10 plus 2 10 is 3 tens. Let's look at number 7. Start with the lowest place value over here in the tenths. So 5 tenths plus 7 tenths is 12 tenths. Drop the decimal point. Now let's add the ones over here. Okay, 1 10 plus 8 10 plus 4 10 is 13 tenths. And now let's add the tens, okay, over here. Okay, 1 10 plus 1 10 is 2 tens. So your answer is 23.2. All right. And now let's look at numbers 9 and 10. So we have to write it in vertical form, or 9 and 11, I mean. So I wrote it here, okay? Let's start with number 9. We're going to start with the lowest place value column, which is the tenths, okay? And notice I can stack it up by putting the decimals right on top of one another. It stacks so nicely that way, my place value columns, okay? So now my tenths is 4 tenths plus 6 tenths is 10 tenths. I'm going to drop my decimal point. And now let's add the ones. 1 1 plus 5 1 plus 7 1 is 13 ones. Okay, now let's add the tens. We have 110 plus 110 plus 110 is 310. So your answer is 33.0. Let's do number 11. We're going to start with the lowest place value column and we're adding here. So 1 tenth plus 9 tenths is 10 tenths. Drop the decimal point. Let's add the next lowest place value column, which is the ones. 1 1 plus 0 1 plus 9 1 is 10 ones. Now let's add the remaining place value column, which is the tens. 110 plus 210 plus 110 is 4 tens. Okay, so this is 40.0. There it is. All right. Woo. Okay, let's try this here. Okay, so pause the video, and again, we're gonna practice the odds in the video. For homework, you have to do the evens. Okay, all right, try this on your own, and I'll see you when you're ready. Hey, you must be ready. Okay, so let's look at number 4. To do number 4, they wanted you to write this decimal as a hundredths and this decimal as hundredths. And so let's write it in the place value chart. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so it's 0.65 and 0.45, but you want to know it as a hundredths. But to write it as a hundredths, you just have to squeeze that in here. You have to squeeze this one in here. Okay, so this is actually 65 hundredths, and this one is 45 hundredths. Okay, there it is. And then we want to add that together. Okay, so let's look at this board. Let's look here. Okay, so 65 hundredths plus 45 hundredths is this 5 and 5 make 10. 1 and 6 and 4 make 11. It's 110 hundredths. Okay, and so now let's write 110 hundredths in here. Okay, oops, I just wanted to write it in red. I did that same mistake before. Okay. Now, I know I can't put 3 digits in this one place value column, right? So let's leave the last digit and let's move the first 2 over here, okay? But wait a minute, I can't have 2 digits here, so leave the last digit here and move the first digit here. Oh, now each place value column has only 1 digit, okay? So 110 hundredths is equivalent to 1.10. Like so. Okay. All right. Let's look at number 5. Okay. Let's add the lowest place value, which is 100. So 4 hundredths plus 5 hundredths is 9 hundredths. Then let's add the tenths. Okay, the tenths is right here, right? So 9 tenths plus 0 tenths is 9 tenths. Drop the decimal point. Let's add the ones. 5 ones plus 5 ones is 10. And then let's add the tens. That's 110 plus 210 is 3 tens. And I forgot to write the dollar sign. Sorry about that. Okay, now let's look at number 7. Let's add the hundredths, which is right here. So 5 hundredths plus 9 hundredths is 14 hundredths. And now let's add the tenths, which is right here. 1 tenth plus 5 tenths plus 7 tenths is 14 tenths. Drop the decimal point. Now let's add the ones right here. 1 1 plus 7 1 plus 6 ones is 14 ones. And now let's add the tens over here. 110 plus 110 plus 210 is 4 tens. And again, I forgot to write the decimal point. I'm so sorry. All right. Now let's look at numbers 9 and 11. Okay. So 9 and 11, I'm going to do it on the board, okay? And so they said to, again, stack them up, write it in vertical form. So I just lined up my decimals, and it lines up my place value so nicely and easily, okay? So that's what I recommend for you to do if there are decimals in both numbers. So let's start with the lowest place value, which is 100ths. 8 hundredths plus 1 hundredths is 9 hundredths. 0 tenths plus 5 tenths is 5 tenths. drop the decimal point, 0 and 0 make 0, so 0.59. Let's look at number 11. Start with the lowest place value column, which is the hundredths. 9 hundredths plus 7 hundredths is 16 hundredths. 1 tenth plus 7 tenths plus 5 tenths is 13 tenths. Drop the decimal point. 1 plus 0 1 plus 0 1 is 1 1. So it's $1.36. And this one is 59 cents actually, because we have a dollar sign there. Okay. Woo! Okie dokes. These babies are super excited that you are doing so well. Woo! Okay. Now, could you guys try our last set of problems on your own? In the video, we're going to do the odds. For homework, you'll do the evens. All right, I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, you're ready. So let's take a look at number 5. It looks like they want us to write this number as hundredths and this number as hundredths as well, okay? So I'm going to just put those decimal points in my place value column, my place value chart, I mean. Okay, so I wrote it like this, okay? So for this one here, 0.21, this is actually the same thing as saying just 21 hundredths, right? And for here, oh, it's just 7 hundredths. Nice, okay? So it's 21 hundredths minus 7 hundredths. And let's do that over here. Okay, so 21 hundredths minus 7 hundredths. So I stacked it up. I stacked the ones on top of each other, and I stacked the tens on top of each other. Okay, so can I do 1 take away 7? No, so I have to regroup here. So that becomes a 1. That becomes a 11. Okay, so 11 minus 7 is 4. 1 minus nothing is 1, so it's just 14 hundredths. Okay, and how do I write 14 hundredths? Well, let's see. To start off with, I'm just going to write what I know, okay, immediately, which is this in my place value chart, okay? It's 14 hundredths, but I know I can't put 2 digits in one place value column, so I'm going to keep the last digit and move the first digit over 1 here. So now each place value column has 1 digit, and I'm going to put a 0 here, okay? So it's 0.14. And we still read this as 14 hundredths, okay? All right. Let's look at number 7, okay? So we're going to start with the lowest place value column, which is the hundredths right here. Can I do 100 minus 6 hundredths? No, so I have to regroup here from the tenths. So my 8 tenths become 7 tenths, and then I can make my 100ths into 11 hundredths. Okay, so now I can subtract 11 hundredths from 6 hundredths, which is 5 hundredths. Now let's subtract the tenths. 7 tenths minus 3 tenths is 4 tenths. Drop the decimal point, and now let's subtract the 1. 0 minus 0 is 0, so that's 0.45. Let's look at number 9. Okay, let's start with the lowest place value column, which is here, the tenths. 9 tenths minus 2 tenths is 7 tenths. Drop the decimal point, and 6 minus 6 is 0, so it's 0.7. Let's look at number 11 right here, okay? Let's start with the lowest place value column, which is the tenths, and we're subtracting, right? Okay, so make sure you always look at the operation here, so you know whether to subtract or to add. And so let's do 3 tenths minus 4 tenths. Oh wait, I can't do that, can I? So I have to regroup from the next highest place value column, which is here, the ones. So I'm going to regroup from here. So 2 ones actually becomes 1 1, and then my 3 tenths becomes 13 tenths. Now I can subtract my tenths. 13 tenths minus 4 tenths is 9 tenths. And then now let's subtract the ones. Can I do 1 1 minus 7 ones? No, there's not enough, so I have to regroup here from the tens. My 110 becomes a, oh, I have to drop the decimal point first, sorry. My 110 becomes a 0, 10, and my ones here becomes an 11. Now I can subtract 11 ones minus 7 ones is 4 ones, so it's 4.9. Okay. All right, let's look at 13 and 14. It says to write in vertical form, so I just stacked it up like so, okay? And let's look here, okay? So I wrote the answers for you, but if you need just a reminder of how to do it, let's subtract the lowest place value. 4 hundredths minus 2 hundredths is 2 hundredths. 0 tenths minus 5 tenths. Ooh, can't do it, so I have to regroup from the next highest place value column. So 1 becomes a 0, that becomes a 10. 10 tenths minus 5 tenths is 5 tenths. Drop the decimal point. Can I do 0 take away 6? No, so I have to regroup from here. So that becomes a 1. This becomes a 10. 10 take away 6 is 4. 1 take away nothing is 1. So it's 14.52. All right, and here, let's look here. Let's start with the lowest place value column. 9 take away 9 hundredths, take away 3 hundredths is 6 hundredths. 9 tenths take away 2 tenths is 7 tenths. Drop the decimal point. 4 minus 6, can't do it. So I have to regroup from here, and that becomes a 14. 14 take away 6 is 8. And then 3 take away 2 is 1. So now that's 18.76. Okay. All right, you guys should feel really accomplished, okay? Good job. Well, I hope you guys have a relaxing day. You guys can just take a look at this cute cat massaging the other cat, okay? All right, bye.